I hope you're doing amazing. For these weeks, I decided like I don't want to. It's not like I don't want to vlog. I don't know what to vlog, to be exact, guys. So I decided like I really wanna. You know, the cup of peas that I did in the past few weeks. It was like how to read more, and I'm in this phase that I just want to read. I just want to grab a good book and I just want to read. I think it's like, and that's like I'm wearing my good, cool, like cozy hoodie because just makes me the most like cozy vibe possible. Today's video, it's literally me showing up the books that I have because I kind of want to make myself accountable because I bought a lot of books and I have a lot of books that I haven't read yet. So I just want to start reading them basically. I bought a lot of books, guys. If you guys could see the floor, like I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you. Like that's my floor, literally. Then I want to read 2 books per month minimum. If I read more, perfect. If I read 1.5, that's fine. But like the goal is to read. Sorry for the background if you can hear the balls. I'm gonna try to step a little bit. See. Yes. Okay. For the month of November, the 2 books that I want to read, they look so cool. They look so good together. It's these 2, and the first one is called Catcher by Kaylin Nicholson, and the second it's The Signs, a New Constellation of Astrology Guru. Decode the stars, reframe your life. I think I already spoke about this one before, but as I said in several videos by now, that I'm start getting into all the like witchcraft and all that good stuff, and the first type of witchcraft type of witch that I want to get into is like the cosmic one, the astrology one, because I think that's the one that I'm closer to understand. Like a fiction and a non-fiction book, so these 2 I think they go really well together. And yeah, and that's for November. For December, this one is called The Last Chance Hotel. I actually bought this one like in 2018. I want to say, yeah, it was in 2018 that I bought this one and I never read it. So I want to read it. It's by Nikki Thornton, and basically is the downtrodden kitchen boy at the remote Last Chance Hotel owned by the Nasty Bun family. His only friend is his black cat, Nightshade, but when a strange gathering of magicians arrives for dinner, kindly Dr. Thelemius is poisoned by Seth's special dessert. A murder investigation ensues and Seth is the main suspect. The funny thing is, he's innocent. Can he solve the mystery and clear his name, especially when magic is afoot? It's like this won the Times Children's Fiction Competition in 2016. Yeah, it's not like a very book, but I think it's a nice one for December, just a light one that's you probably will be, yeah, the letters like are really like the font on the size, it's really big. This one is gonna like read like really fast, and it's end of the year. I want to read something like light. That one, with this one, I want to read Chakras Made Easy: The 7 Keys to Awaken and Healing the Energy Body. It's by I can't say some of the authors' names properly, so I apologize for that. It's written by Anodia Judith, and it's basically like this. And it says like a complete guide to understanding, working with, developing your connection to your chakra system for healing and transformation. So yeah, this basically liberating yourself from limiting patterns, manifesting the life you want, awaken the higher state of consciousness, helping to transform the world we all share. I really like it, and again, like I think they go so well together. I also like, again, I like doing yoga, I like meditating. The chakras are kind of a big part of it. They don't have to be, but they kind of are for me. So yeah, this is my December reading that I have planned. I really want to get into, because I want to end the year in a good mind full state body healing parts. So yeah, that's basically what I'm reading. For January, I want to read, this is in Portuguese, so I will read in Portuguese and then I will translate. It's called Dona Teresa. Basically, it was the first king in Portugal. It's called Dom Afonso Henriques, that's his name, and his mother was Dona Teresa. And it's written by Isabel Stilwell, and it says in Portuguese: uma mulher que não abriu mão do poder, mãe do Afonso Henriques, amante de Fernão Trava, rainha de Portugal. Basically it says a woman that did not basically a woman that not gave her power away. She's King Afonso Henriques' mother, and she was the lover of Fernão Trava and the Queen of Portugal. Basically, I will read in Portuguese. I'm really sorry if you don't understand. But basically it says: o seu destino estava marcado por uma palavra mágica e poderosa, gritada ao vento e escrita num pergaminho virgem com pena de pato macho. I can't say this even in Portuguese, guys. Anicisepta. I don't know what that is. But yeah. Esta é a sua história, a história de Teresa, filha de Ximena Muniz e Bierzo, de quem herdou os olhos verdes e a astúcia, e Dom Afonso VI de Leão e Castela, que legitimando-a lhe sussurrou ao ouvido: Teresa, filha minha. So basically this is the story of Dona Teresa, even like before she became the famous fights with her and her son Dom Afonso Henriques, like how her growing up, her story, what happened, like her parents, her husband, what the priest said to her. Like, it's basically Dona Teresa's story and why she was like such a big queen. And I really like history, and I really like kings and queens, and it's like my history. It's Portugal's history, and yeah, that's like a book that I really want to read in January. And I want to read Food Pharmacy. I know, not even a little bit. And again, this book is like, I bought this when I was living in Portugal. That means 2017, 2018. So I really want and I really need to read, because I have plans to move next year. I will leave like 99% of the stuff that I own here. So I really want to make sure that I read everything that I have. So yeah, this book, it's called Food Pharmacy, and it's written by Lina Nerbeti, Aurel, and Mia Claes. And yes, because I bought in Portugal, it's written in Portuguese, and it says comer bem é o melhor remédio. Basically means that eating well is the best remedy. Guia de bactérias boas, bactérias más, alimentos anti-inflamatórios e uma dieta realmente saudável. Basically it's a guide about like good bacteria, bad bacteria, anti-inflammatory foods, ingredients, and what a really healthy diet should be like. I think it's a great, like, you know, all the goals and all like the resolutions that people do in January for January. I think one of like about like food overall, having a good diet. It's a really good book. They go really well together, guys. They both have like kind of like the same colors. It's just everything is matching so far. That's not gonna happen for the next few months, but I bought, literally yesterday, I bought this collection called Summoner. I can't believe that I'm only gonna read them in February, because I kinda wanna start reading right now. If I finish a book earlier, I might start this I don't know, because I really wanna start reading this book, this story. So this is the first one that I want to read of the collection. It's called Summoner. It's written by Taran Matheru. No halogen inside. I don't know why they have like the elements start as a symbol, but well, it's fantasy, so I'm completely right. But yeah, basically says the story. It's Fletcher, an orphan, is training as a blacksmith apprentice when he discovers he has the rare ability to summon demons. Now, one of the gifted few, Fletcher must go to the Vulcan's Academy, a school that teaches the lost art of summoning. There, he must learn how to control his powers. Sinister forces infect new friendships and rivalries grow. With no one but his demon Ignatius by his side, Fletcher must decide where his loyalties lie. The fate of the Empire is in his hands. Oh, I didn't read this. Influenced by Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, and video games, it appeals to fans of all these, says the Sunday Times. Well, I'm a big fan of Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, and so I think like this will be. I'm really excited to read. So yeah, this is gonna be my February reading, and I'm gonna read this one. Another one that it's written by the Holderson family, Kim and Penn. They are like a couple. They have like 2 kids. They're YouTubers, and they are amazing. They're just like they are the perfect couple goals. He wrote a book called Everybody Fights, So I Know Get Better at It, which I think it's hilarious. And it basically says like, my wife drives me crazy sometimes, my husband should already know what I need. Is our marriage in trouble if we fight all the time? Is it possible to learn how to fight? So yeah, basically just like I know that they wrote like we see the like funny stories, but there were fights one time. But yeah, it's like their fights. I know that's one called like the bro fights, and I already know the story because I watched like the whole YouTube video about it, which I think it's hilarious because I 100% understand Kim. I 100% understand Kim in the fight, and yeah, they're basically advising. It's like a good like couples advice, and I think it's good for February since. My boyfriend will go back to his country in the end of January, so I think it's a good one about couples for February. Now my March, I'm gonna keep reading the. It's not a trilogy because the thing is like it's a trilogy and the fourth it's called the prequel. So I don't know, the trilogy with a prequel basically. So yeah, I'm gonna read the second one. I'm not gonna read what's behind, because I don't wanna get any spoils, but it's basically called The Inquisition. Yeah, I'm gonna read the second one it's called Happy. Actually, I bought this yesterday. It's basically, who wrote this one? Fierne Cotton? Ferne? I don't know how they say this, I don't know. Happiness, you gorgeous warm ray of sunshine. I love it when you spring up out of nowhere and take me by surprise. And how you can make clouds, parts and corners of mouths lift. Nice. Understand how important happiness is and why we need to seek it out each and every day. Determined to help break the taboo around mental health. Here, for the first time, she opens up honestly about her own battle with depression and the little things that help keep it at bay, so she can continue trekking towards the good stuff, including expert advice from Mind, and packed with little ideas and practical exercises so you can join in. She invites you to pick up your pencil and come on this journey with her. I really like it. Maybe if I finish one of these books earlier, I might pick up this one. This one is really good. I don't know if I already even ever open up about it here on YouTube, but I'm actually I suffer from depression and anxiety, and I'm not just saying that the doctor says. The thing is, I'm completely open about to talk about it. I do not mind to admit that I suffer from depression and I suffer from anxiety. Completely okay. I'm really happy to admit it now, because for a long time I couldn't admit it because I thought that I was if I admitted that I had depression, anxiety, I was just trying to be one of those wannabe, I don't know, trends, because everyone now out of nowhere had depression. I didn't want to be another one. All this to say that this book it looks really interesting, and I'm really excited to read this one. God, in my head the year is passing so fast. Yeah, now January, February, March, April. We're going to April. Oh my, I can't believe we're already in April 22. This is time travel, I'm saying. Okay, now that we are in April, I'm kind of stopped non-fiction books to read. The trilogy. Here it's, again, I'm not going to read what's behind because I don't want to spoil it myself, but it's called The Battle Mage. Nice. This is the cover. So yeah, I'm gonna read this one, and I'm gonna read this again. This like I think you can read this like in 1 day and a half, 2 days. But basically it's called On Your Own, a nutrition and lifestyle recipe for a balanced young adult life, and it's written by Teresa Fernandez Gil. She's a PhD, she lives in Belgium, and I really like, again, like I kind of started reading these a few years ago, but then I stopped for some reason that I don't remember. And yeah, I really like health and food and nutrition themes, and she's really good. She's nutritionist, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she's works as a nutritionist and health counselor. She practices an integrative approach that has helped many people revive their health and vitality by introducing key but easy changes in their lifestyle and cooking habits. After April, we have May. I want to read the prequel of the Summoner, because the trilogy it's gonna end in April, but the fourth one it's called the prequel. See, it's like, it's not the fourth, but it's called the prequel. I don't understand. Oh, I was almost start reading. Oh jeez, nah. Basically, Summoner, the Outcasts. The thing is, I don't have any more non-fictional books to read, so I will probably gonna get into this book. This book again is in Portuguese, and it's written by Mark Rowlands, and I don't know the original name because the title is in Portuguese. It's like the philosopher. My God, that took a while. The Philosopher and the Wolf. O que a selva nos pode ensinar sobre o amor, a morte e a felicidade. Basically, what does the jungle can teach us about love, death and happiness. Actually, this is a non-fictional book, so well done for me. I think I can keep the trend. Nice. We are in the end of May with these two books. They don't go like super well together, but like a white background, purple background, it's always a good option, you know. Start getting into June, and for June I only have this book. It's by Kristen Hanna, and it's called The Great Alone. I have no idea what this book is about, but I remember like everyone was reading this a few years ago. There's a kind of like a book club on Instagram, of like an Instagrammer that I follow, Portuguese one, and they were all reading this book at the time, and I bought it, but I ended up not reading this one. Caught in a riptide of her parents' passionate, stormy relationship, she dares to hope that Alaska will lead to a better future for her family and a place to belong. Her mother, Cora, will do anything and go anywhere for the man she loves, even if it means following him to the unknown. As Lenny grows up in the shadow of her parents' increasingly volatile marriage, she meets Matthew, and Matthew, thoughtful, kind, brave, makes her believe in the possibility of a better life. An epic story of human survival and love, and an intimate portrait of a family tested beyond endurance. Sounds cool. This one sounds really good, you know. I think it's gonna be a good one after like the fantasy ones that I'm gonna read about the Summoner. I think it's gonna be a good one after that. I like how you can literally see that it's getting like sunset with the light because of my face. Which, to be honest, I can't complain. I like it. And yeah, I'm gonna read this one because I'm gonna be reading, while I'm reading all these two books, I'm gonna be reading other books as well. But yeah, basically for July I think we are gonna end in July for now. This is almost 1 year reading booking lists, which is kind of cool, kind of amazing. I love it. And I probably because I only have this book scheduled, I'm probably gonna reread one of my. Oh, I know the book that I want to read. 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. I can't believe I almost forgot about these books. Like, Jesus. So yeah, we were in May, I believe, or in June. We were in June here. We were in June. So in June I want to read The Great Alone, and I also want to read, once again, it's in Portuguese, but I know that it's called The Big Magic, and it was actually like advice for like Kelly Nicholson, the YouTuber that I'm reading. catcher. In 2018 she really advised this book and I bought it but I ended up not reading. Once again, and it's written by Elizabeth Gilbert. She's also the author of Eat, Pray, Love. And she's basically, let's see, I'm gonna read in Portuguese and I'm gonna try to translate while I'm reading. But it says: quantas vezes já pensou em escrever um livro ou mudar de profissão? Existiu mesmo antes de começar? Ou em mudar de profissão, embora nunca tenha feito nada para que isso acontecesse? Ou ainda em fazer aquela viagem que mudaria tudo, apenas para afastar logo a ideia, arranjando mil desculpas para acabar com as ilusões? No fundo, quantas vezes já quis libertar-se das convenções, das inseguranças e do modo e seguir o chamamento de algo maior, algo poderoso? Mas como fazê-lo? Like all questions that you had in life, like have you ever thought about writing a book, or changing the job for what you want to do with your life, or traveling to that country, like making that travel is gonna like change your life, but like last second you just decide not to do it, not pursue that. Basically, she puts all those questions that all of us had once in our heads, and she's gonna like talk about it, and she basically is gonna explain how to live a life through creativity and with the empathy capacity noticeable, and such a big generosity. The author shows a vision of, I'm trying to translate like while I'm reading. It's really like weird because we put everything on the other side of the sentence, like I think like in British English. They just write like in an opposite way. It makes no sense in Portuguese. But yeah, basically, com uma capacidade de empatia notável e uma generosidade ímpar, a autora apresenta-nos a sua visão de misteriosa natureza da inspiração. Change is made from within to the outside, and with the right attitudes and the right like approach. We can see like the good in the bad in life, and we can just see like the balance between like being pragmatic and being spiritual. And the author just encourages us to discover our own jewels inside of us. Sounds really good, not gonna lie. I'm really excited to read this one. So yeah, and without even noticing, they kind of go together again. I'm such like an aesthetic type of person, like the pink and the blue. It starts being colorful because we are in June, guys, so it's good to be colorful. And then in July, my birthday month, I'm gonna read this book. I actually picked this book in a second-hand store. It was like £2, not even that. Just I'm gonna be 25 in July, and it's like 30 nothing from the best-selling author of Ralph's Party, Vietnam, who wrote it like Lisa Jewell, and basically says, ever wondered what happened to your first love? Imagine bumping into her 12 years after you last saw her and realizing you still fancy her rotten. This is what happens to Dig Ryan when he sees Delilah again. Now imagine you are Nadine, you've been Dig's best friend for the last 15 years and you have just realized that you're in love with him. Delilah was your nemesis at school and it turns out she still is. When you resurface, you might find yourself feeling extremely jealous and start doing really childish things, like phoning your first love Phil, just to get your own back. This is a story about ex-boyfriend and ex-girlfriend and what happens when you start messing with the past. You know? This one seems just like a very light, very just gossipy type of book. I think it's just gonna be like a fun reading. And to kind of like balance it out with that, I'm gonna read this one. That's like this non-fictional one that I actually bought a few like days ago, and I can't believe that I'm gonna wait until July to read it. I might like trade one of the books and read this one first because I'm so intrigued about this one, and I like this one is one that I'm 100% gonna read. 200%, I'm gonna read this one, and it's written by Mark Ulin, I wanna say it. And he says the title, "It didn't start with you. How inherited family trauma shapes who we are, and how to end the cycle." And it's like this. You see, like the Ulwin. Ulin. And yeah, really interesting. I really want to like, I've been through some like crazy things with my family, some crazy moments with my family, and yeah, I really wanna see what he has to say about it. Can I just say the blue and the orange from both goes well. And I don't know, like my birthday, my birthday month, reading about like, basically it's not your fault, you're a mess up. No, it's always your fault, but it's always our fault because, but not 100% like, it's a mix, and I want to see what he says about it. So I think like, because this one is so light, and this one is like kinda, not serious, but kind of, I think it's a good mix. I think for August, this one is a non-fiction one as well. This is actually like more directed to men, but I kind of want to read it, just see what he says about it. I think it's gonna be like fun because this is like a man's perspective, so I like to know what's the man's perspective as well. And it's basically written by John Kim, and it says, I used to be a miserable fuck. And every man's guide to a meaningful life. And it says basically, men are not born men, and becoming a man means a hell of a lot more than getting a six-pack and an office with a view. Sometimes we all need to rethink exactly who we are and what we want to be. I think it's just like a nice, because men also like suffer a lot with mental health and so much that they don't even realize, because we are raising men in my head it's just like the wrong way. So, and now it's getting like, now we are changing, which is amazing, it's so good. But yeah, I kind of want to see what he has to say from like the man's point of view. Now that I just finished basically listing the books that I'm gonna read until August, literally, as I said, I want to read 2 books per month minimum. But besides that, I have other types of books, these ones that you can't see, I will say. Basically, oh my god, the battery's almost dying, so I'm gonna be really quick, guys. So basically these are like Wicca and witch books. It's like I have books of spells, I have like Wicca for beginners. It's called like the Book of Shadow, but it's basically a book full of spells and charms. Practical spellcrafts, the first course in magic, Wicca and Moon Magic, and it's a Wiccan's Guides and Grimoire for working magic with the lunar energies. And the other one, it's called Spells for Change, a guide for modern witches. Modern witches. And again, I said before, and I said in other videos, and I'm going to say in the future, probably, I'm getting into like the whole witchcraft, the whole Wiccan religion, and I'm getting really like full in, deep dive, full body into the water about witchcraft and Wicca. I'm not counting these books into my monthly reading because I wanna like reading these books and studying them. It's like kinda, imagine if I was still in school, this will be like the books that I read for school. But yeah guys, I know that I talked a lot, I planned a lot. This is basically like almost a year plan reading with me, and yes, I listed all the books. I showed all the books, I listed all the books because once again I have planned to move to another country next year. I will talk more about it in a future video. Guys, I hope you like this video. I hope I give you like some inspiration, or even like this is kind of like a, if you want to read more, just plan it out, literally plan everything else. So yeah guys, if you like the video, drop a like, subscribe to my channel, I'll be really happy with that. You can ring the bell to show all the videos that I will be posting. And yeah guys, just before I go, you do not forget my motto for life: be crazy, be you, just be. Bye guys.